Nah, but it feel like it feels like oftentimes when it comes to people like watching them videos, they're more focused on no, like not that they're more focused. Let me not try to sound too ignorant, but the whole like wanting to be concentrated on details like, hey, why doesn't the audio sound the best? Why isn't the camera quality the best? Why can't I see this person? Blah 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 blah. Or like they don't, I'm just like, I don't think that's more so like if you didn't get that's not really our responsibility. If you didn't get the message within what seems like a mess to you, you want it in such a fancy 5-star fashion. It's like you even said with the whole hey, it's not like I could see your ugly ass on the other side too. You know, these motherfuckers it be feeling like these they be sometimes like on some peeping Tom shit. I be feeling even sometimes like when I watch videos and I'm like, it seemed like it was like kind of a video that when you watch a video, you felt like it was supposed to be not really something you probably should have seen, or maybe somebody in that video like it looked like it was more of a private thing. And I'm like, man, why am I feel like a peeping Tom into this video right now.
You damn pervert.
Yeah, motherfucker peeping through the hole of my camera lens, like, what did you record? Ooh, I want to see what you got going on in your livelihood. Man, nah, it ain't all that big a deal though, but it seemed a little goofy.
Yeah.
I'm like, come on, like, what are we even complaining about? Motherfucker mad that the camera pixels?
Don't let it fret you, dude.
Nah, man, it's got me down in the dumps. It's driving me mad. I can't handle it.
I just released a fart on that, okay?
Hey, I might have to release a volcano sized shit on it to get over it. Like, oh, now the stress has left my system. These motherfuckers making my cholesterol and blood pressure go through the damn chimney. Over here, high blood pressure, getting claustrophobic going up that chimney. Like, motherfucker, I'm about to burst out of stress on these motherfuckers if they don't quit bitching about nothing. But then, hey, somebody could see it the other side too. Like, oh yeah, it look like you just bitching about nothing. You whiny ass motherfucker. Fair point.
You got me on that one.
Yeah, I'm like, yeah, now the dumb shit got me even making a dumb complaint about dumb shit, and now it just sounds like a damn shit circle.
Yeah, you gonna suck me down that rabbit hole, so
Hey man, we gonna have to get catapulted out of that damn before I get too dumb.
you got that right.
Man, tell me how I had there was what the hell was it? A video of this. Oh man, this video was to begin with. You know what I don't like, Fritz? I want to know if you feel the same way too. With you're watching something, and then all of a sudden, because you watch this one thing, and this one thing they might have been talking about certain things within that one thing you were watching, and all of a sudden those things that them people were talking about in that video you first seen, you getting a snowball effect of some more shit that they were talking about that you didn't even intentionally look up.
Yeah. Like, huh? Man, come at me. Huh? What's that about?
Man. So this video, I was watching a comedy podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
They happen to sometimes talk about some dark shit. So some of the dark shit they was talking about, my Siri over here, like, oh, do tell. He likes watching and listening to this. Therefore, I will go resource or the app YouTube over here, like, so since you're watching this, I'm about to give you 100 other things related to what you're watching on some chat
Right.
GPT type shit or AI. I'm like,
Right.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Right.
If I want to see that shit, let me be able to search and see that shit. Now, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Yeah.
that shit do come in handy. Like you're like, oh shit, like they heard me saying I need some damn baby wipes because these toilet paper squares ain't cutting it.
Right.
And all of a sudden, I got me a nice little, alley oop of like, hey, how about you buy these dude wipes? Hey, even though sometimes it'd be like, man, fuck out of here with this damn promo bullshit.
Exactly.
I ain't trying to spend another dime online, goddamn. I'm already stressing and sweating about the dimes and nickels and pennies bills I'm spending over here in person. What you like? Hey, you want to put in a whole bunch of information right now that you might not really want to do to begin with?
True.
Can I get your social? Can I get your address? Can I get your? You're like, goddamn.
Can I get your bank account?
Can you
Can I
tell me
get
your
your
grandmom's middle name? I'm like, what?
Hey, I don't even know my grandma. I don't even know my grandma's middle name.
Tell me the combination to your locker back in high school.
Yeah.
Hey, we kind of did a new thing instead of the 2-step verification. We gonna go 10 steps. Are you willing to go and do this? What's the hopscotch through online? I'm like, no. Motherfucker said they doing 10 steps now. What the? Nigga, I'm not trying to hopscotch through all these different tabs opening up, and then they're like, hey, do you want to take a quick survey? I'm like, no, nigga. What you talking about? Take a quick survey, man. But yeah, this comedy podcast I was watching, they're talking about some dark shit. So I get, spoon fed some shit that they were talking about. They're like, they snuck it on me like some bastards though. I'm over here just scrolling like a damn brain dead. I don't know, like my brain's just left the scene. I'm like, okay, what's the next thing? Let's see if I find anything else entertaining on the next swipe, on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. I don't know, but I'm scrolling and it brings up this video of where of the what the two comedians were talking about, and I'm like, it brings up the actual video of what they were talking about. I'm like, oh no, they didn't. I said, I'm curious enough to see what it was. I'm like, all right, let's see. So next thing you know, and watch me even talking about this. Watch YouTube's just gonna probably troll me and be like, you know what? Since you want to shit on us, you little bitch ass consumer, we got you. We're gonna make every single video you see on YouTube exactly that video you talking about right now. It was a video of, I think, in Venezuela, Colombia, DR, somewhere in that neck of woods. Um, these people got on a hot air balloon. In the beginning of the video, it looked like there was already some complications and like, something that was just seeming off, like something wasn't right, like even like there's malfunction, something was going on, like they were having a little bit of difficulty even getting the hot air balloon going. Now, some people got off, like seeing that something didn't seem right with the thing. So like, now fuck that. They got off. I wish everybody would have got off that shit because what happened next in that video, Fritz? It was a damn mini horror movie that I seen in a YouTube short format. I said, what the fuck? What? The hot air balloon caught flames, man.
Oh man.
And you see people, they're trying to end the suffering quicker by jumping out from extreme heights just to not have to go through the burning process, which I'm like, I probably, if I was in that situation, I might want to just call, instead of there getting, roasted marshmallow style, I would have jumped out too. I'd probably been scared, but I feel like they should come up with some sort of like escape plan for hot air balloons. Like at least, yeah, I don't know, get a whole bunch of drones to fly with the damn hot air balloon and have a safety net under something, boy. Goddamn, pack these people up, put them in parachutes or some sort of little thing that they could kind of, if something does go south, they could jump out and try to have, see another day, man.
Right.
Hmm.
Wow.
What's the last thing you seen online that just like caught you for a left where you're like, what the hell? That was the last thing I seen that caught me for a left. I'm like, you gotta be shitting me. What the fuck?
That's dramatic, that dude. Wow. You see that happen. One thing I saw on TV kind of recent was whenever they had the airplane in India full of people and they were taking off to fly to somewhere. And they said that what happened was the captain turned off the fuel turned the fuel switch off that fueled the plane to fly. He turned it off intentionally, and this plane ran into a building and just exploded. And they had taken pictures of people that was on the plane, and you could see the family of the wife and the husband and the child on the plane. And then they said, they ran to the building, and everybody on there died except for one person.
What? Was that one person Superman?
One person did. He was in seat 11C, and so he survived it. And it was like 240 people on it, something like that.
Do you think that the man that survived, he's dealing with survivor's guilt?
I don't know. I know I would be the PTSD ABC XYZ person, because I'd be like, wow,
Yeah.
you know. But so that was the weirdest thing I saw, because it was taken off from the airport. So they were filming it. I guess they filmed it at Plains Reed or whatever. And then the guy that survived, they asked him, "How did it feel?" He said, "It felt all of a sudden that we had stopped in midair."
Being on a plane, don't it feel slow mo though already? Like once you're flying straight across the clouds and whatnot. Now takeoff and going down, I feel like that's where you mainly feel the speeds of the plane. But
this is on a takeoff too.
oh,
This is on the takeoff, so that they ran into this building. But
damn.
they said that they did an investigation and said that the captain turned the fuel switch off, and the co-captain asked him, "What you doing?" Because they had the that was transponder with what that thing goes on the airplane. And even when it crashed, you can tell what happened. So, and they said this captain turned it off. And I guess that he was suicidal. I'm like, if you're suicidal, go ahead and walk out in front of high full by yourself. I ain't going with you.
Yeah. Don't bring a whole bunch of people with you into
it. Kill a bunch of people with you.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. Now I think every airline ought to make sure their pilots get a quick little mental assessment before they go on to taking a plane anywhere.
Exactly.
Don't be you shouldn't have to feel like when you are just trying to get from one place to another that your life's going to be done for and you can't see another day just because you was trying to get from one point to another. Come on now, like people already stressed out with things that are going on. Like that's beyond selfish of that person to do what they did. That pilot.
Yeah, that was bizarre. Like, wow. It happened. It happened probably a few months back. In India, they were flying from India to London or somewhere like that. And I'm like, wow, that is bizarre.
Man. All right, they love just throwing that whole, hey guys, you want to feel a little depressed right quick? Type content to us. Like, it's nice to be informed about things, but man, to just like, bam, there you go, you got this. Like, yeah, feel away. Doesn't this make you feel away? Like, I feel like they're trying to shake us up in our boots to really just give an opinion and like engage and interact with, That's why I'm not even real like the news, man. What like what is the news like really bringing to the table? Like, yeah, they're giving us information and whatnot, but then even that information is like, who's to say it's all really like the actual, you know? Sometimes with them, like, oh yeah, this and this and this and this, sometimes it just seems like news is hard to just like. Personally, for me, I take that shit with a grain of salt. Oftentimes, I'm like,
Yeah.
sometimes stuff that does get reported later on, you find out that what was reported wasn't actually the truth. I'm like, yeah. And is this topic even worth even entertaining? What's the,
Right.
you know, like, I'm like, I get it. Some stuff is serious, but it's like, if you ain't really you're not in that position to really, help, help with it. Like, or really, what good does information do if you can't really like apply? Like, yeah, I mean, you can spread that word, but you know. Anyways, hey, the other day I got the best gaming system, old school gaming system all around. It's the
Uh-huh.
PS3. I told my brothers, they like, hell nah, that's not the best system. They said they said the GameCube, the PS2. They're saying like not the PS3. One of my brothers was like, the only reason why PS3 was like he was even saying the Xbox 360 was better than the PS3. He said the only reason like PS3 had a leg up on why it was good too was because you could play online for free. I'm like, see what I'm saying? I'm like, that's a one of the. I'm like, that's exactly why that's one of the systems that's like a Hall of Fame system. You can't find some shit
Right.
like that now. You're gonna have to pay,
No, you
boy.
ain't. You got to pay out of money.
Yeah. So I'm like,
It's
that's
coming
like
right to your pocket.
that system was like the first ever heard to even do that, but that's not the only reason why I'm trying to like give it that status that the PS3 is like is that shit. Like hands down, like maybe it could just because like that was what I kind of grew up on, and I did play the Sega Genesis, the PS2, Xbox, GameCube, Nintendo. And I played all those other retro Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, the Wii, all that shit. Cause my older
Right,
brother, he
right,
had like all the systems.
right.
He had that shit. So we would just like piggyback off his shit, play the games and whatnot. But
Uh-huh.
at that younger time, like I wasn't really invested into trying to play video games. We was more invested trying to make our own Netflix series pop off in the neighborhood. And not with no cameras either. We just like getting into all kinds of little, you know. But what system would you say, Fritz, is like? What do you feel like about games and whatnot?
I know the ones that I grew up with was, Atari is an older system. And, but the ones I liked was the Nintendo.
What was your favorite game to play off Nintendo?
Back then they had a Tyson boxing game. And then they had tennis.
Mmm.
And that's the one that had that big old cube. There wasn't a cube, it was that rectangle, uh, almost like a size of an 8 track. You slap it into the machine and close it down. And sometimes you had to put paper in there so it could read it. But that was the beginning. Let's see, as it got fancier, I had a Game Boy, the Game Boy Advance. I had an Atari. I remember when it first came out with the ping pong balls. That was before your time. That's who kind of started it. And then what's the one that oh crap,
Pong.
no, it's not Nintendo. The one with the thing running around. What's
You got
uh
Dreamcast. You got
yeah,
Sega. You,
Sega. Yeah, I had a Sega also.
you remember that like the sound, how like the what it would sound like when you turn that Sega on and it was like Sega.
Yeah, yeah.
Man. My go-to game on a Sega would be like Streets of Rage, but
Uh-huh.
with the Nintendo, did you ever get down with like the Mario,
Yeah.
with Super Mario World in
Yeah.
64, Nintendo
Yeah.
64? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
those controllers are kind of complicated. As a kid playing with that, like it would like the joystick being in the middle of the controller and it having like three handles and that one handle in the middle. That shit
Right.
was kind of throwing me off. No lie. Like I'm like, what in the alien technology is this? Like I'm a kid, like confused as hell, trying to keep up with my older brothers. I'm like, man, they looking at
Right.
me like, man, get your sorry ass off, man.
Yeah.
You over here doing just straight bullshit on the game right now, getting lost, walking around in this bitch, nigga. We trying to, cause being from a big family, we was taking turns on them systems.
Oh, I know you were.
Hmm.
Yeah, you
It's
so
not like
heavy.
we had a million TVs like how it is now. Like we had to share that TV.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Man, maybe it's just the collector spirit of my. No, I shouldn't say spirit. That sounds a little extreme, but like enjoying having a physical copy of something. Like rather it be like when I bought an album. Not saying I went to like a record store to buy the album. Now I'm not that old school. Being born in 1998, but
Yeah.
still like
When you was,
growing up in those times where like my family, like like we had that stuff. Like we still had like when I was a kid, I remember seeing VCH tapes and
uh,
DVDs. It's like I grew up right at the like the height and the prime of all that stuff.
uh,
Like the Razor flip phones, the sidekicks, the right. I still remember having like to have an internet cable and it wasn't really wireless. Like I think you had to like
okay, you remember AOL?
yeah, AOL. Like we had home phones. We had
Uh,
like I feel like home phones
dial
is
up.
damn near
It was,
extinct, bro.
it was dial up.
I don't remember too
Yeah.
much about dial up. Is dial up pretty much like you
Yeah.
had the cord?
Yeah. You was connected to a modem or something,
Okay,
and you
yeah,
get that, and
yeah,
you get
yeah,
that, you get that noise,
yeah.
that dial-up noise.
My peoples, we had that, but like as a kid, because let's say 1998, when did that come out? The dial up.
Oh, that was before then. That was like that was in the late '80s, 90s. It was like in the '90s, early '90s.
Early 90s. All right, so when it came out like the early 90s, like my dad and mom, they still had technology. Like they didn't just get rid of it; they still had that technology. Like
Hmm.
all that the DVD players, the dial ups, the old computers,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah,
the
yeah.
phones. Like I think at one point in time in the storage unit, my dad had one of them huge phones. I don't know if he got rid of it or whatnot. Like one of them real old school phones.
Was it black?
Mm-hmm. All I remember that shit was huge as hell, bro. I was like, that's a
Yeah,
phone?
yeah.
Like,
You didn't press no button. You dial. You turned it like a spindle.
yeah. And I was thinking like, oh, that's a phone, not as like no throwing shade at it. Like as I was a little kid, like I thought it was cool. I was like, yo. And now like seeing how like you try to show that to a kid now, like I feel like the general opinion would be like, man, get that old dusty shit out of here.
Yep, that's what we had to use.
And it's like, hey man, don't disrespect this is the damn like this is the originator. This is where it all
The
stemmed
phone,
from.
the OG, as they say, the
Yeah,
phone.
that's what it was to begin with, nigga. If it wasn't for
Uh,
this, it wouldn't have got to where it gotten.
exactly. You had to crawl for your walk.
Yeah, yeah, facts.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Do you still have like VCH tapes, DVDs? Like, what do you think about that
Yeah,
type stuff? Like, do
yeah.
you?
I'm telling you what. The best music I have ever heard was real to real. You don't see real to real now, but this is I'm talking now back in the '80s. You know, the late '80s, the real to real music was just
Is
pure.
that like what is real to
They had
real?
tape. They had tape. it was just like the VCR. It had tapes inside of it.
Oh, like cassettes or no?
Yeah, kind of like a cassette setup, but reel to reel was a big one.
Ah, okay, okay.
Two big reels right beside each other, and you would thread, thread the tape through the system so it could play, and
Mm.
then you would put it to the side that was empty, and it would turn and oh man, it was beautiful. My brother had one and it got lost. I wish I could have kept it, but that was in the days, dude. That was way back in the days, way before your time.
Yeah. Now, man, this one guy I was speaking to about a bit about like music, and like, I was telling him I'm trying to find like a vintage record player because I noticed sometimes the quality of the music on those like more old school, and not trying to say old like oh that shit is just garbage.
Right.
Like the more old school some technology, like I know it's on a record player, some songs and music sounds more like it sounds more.
It sounds more pure on it.
Yeah. I'm like, damn. And it's
Yeah.
not just because
Yeah.
the process of putting it in through the it's not the process and I'm just trying to hype it up like, oh yeah, because it looks cool. But if you actually like I think it's because the work they put behind, like making sure it didn't sound bad, like and made sure it sounded like it made sure it sounded like clear and crisp. Like I feel like there was a lot more of a passion put in behind making those things rather than it just being a money grab. Like people were dead set folk, and not saying that now they don't do that whatsoever. They still do try to make sure the quality sounds good. But
Mm-hmm.
I just think like it was impressive. Even now is it was like this what because my I was at a house of somebody I knew and they had that shit and like I
Mm-hmm.
played some music off of it and I was like damn like this is a this thing went back to like I don't know when they got this record yeah the record player it went back though like 3 decades maybe even more and like the quality it was still banging out even at that time that it was just like that it blew my mind and I'm like I eventually want to get one so the conversation I
Uh-huh.
was having with the coworker at Walmart when I was working there back then they they he was telling me a bit about the music. We were having like a music talk, and he tells me he's like, yeah, man, like um, the quality back then, or like certain devices that we had back then for those like and the instrumentation and the passion behind that stuff. It was not to say that there was no like flaws back then either,
But
because
it was more
there's
genuine.
flaws all time,
It was more genuine though.
Yeah, yeah, that's pretty much what he's getting. I was like, he's more genuine. The
Mm-hmm.
times felt more alive. People didn't seem so like
Mm-hmm.
just
Mm-hmm.
like because now it's so easy and accessible. Like we with us getting too comfortable with the convenience of it all, we end up falling short of like not even try. Like we can fall short of not even. We feel like it's such like the click of a button on some microwave shit. We don't even like care about we desensitized actually being even like it's missing out on the us like, it's just taking things for granted take
Yeah.
yeah, not really even uh like we're losing the touch of like being impressed of things because it's just like oh how is it really even going to be shocking if like it seems like it's such a normal and common thing and almost anybody can do it and everybody can do it and it's just like oh now we're just like we kind of sucked the genuine and the value of it to make it just like oh it's like a given it just is what it is like what why would like what's the point of or people are like embarrassed to be a fan of some shit you know So it's like it kind of takes away somebody actually like it almost gets looked at corny for trying to uh like not or it looks you get looked at for being corny, being a fan of it. So therefore, it's like you don't want to say or sometimes express certain things and not really want to put your heart on your sleeve because you might be you don't want to get you don't want to get embarrassed if somebody calls you cheesy or like corny, or you want to kind of give off that cool. It's like, oh, maybe if I sat there and said, yeah, I like cassettes, you don't want to get caught up in becoming like a joke, like just because that could get looked at as like that's me personally. I don't give a fuck. I'll bust
Right,
out. I
right.
feel like I should do some wild shit and really start busting out with a boombox and really just
I had one of
dialing
them.
it back to like, hey, we
I had one of them too. It was huge, a big one.
I could imagine motherfuckers, somebody trying to beat somebody up with a boombox, using that as a melee weapon.
You're
But
right.
even
You're
boomboxes
right.
are cool. Like,
Perpetrator got his head bashed in with a boombox trying to
mm,
take it. News at 3 o'clock.
you think the news should have some more, some funnier people though? They definitely need some more like humor, some more lighthearted stuff in there. They need to give something a little more uplifting. No, hell nah. I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes the news be doing some funny shit that is like pretty uplifting. Rather it be like their blooper moments and shit. Like, oh, I remember this one lady. She was over here like she was trying to report about a storm while being in the storm, and her ass flew off the screen. I was like, bruh, what the fuck? They're like, all right, now back to you, Chelsea. So how is it going over there in the eye of the storm? She's like, well, Pete, I'm currently my legs are above my head. I don't even know how the fuck. You know, if I find that video, I gotta send that shit to you.
Yeah, please do.
That shit was
Yeah,
beyond
yeah,
ridiculous,
yeah,
man.
yeah, please do.
Another funny ass video though that had me dying was it was some guy. He was like, man, people from California, they talk like I can't really do a New York accent, even though some people say I be sounding like I'm from New York. I'm like, hey, you got to know that there's people from New York that go to Florida. You know, my
Right,
parents,
exactly.
my parents, they're from New York, but I don't know if that's something that an accent passes down through genetics.
Well, it passes down from hearing them how they talk. You know
Yeah,
what
but
I
I don't
mean?
think my maybe more my mom. You can hear more of the New York, but my dad, I feel like he talks more like a blues brother.
Okay.
Not like a pimp, but he's got like a smooth, cool tone pocket. Like he's not really talking on that New York speed cusp.
Right.
Like where, yeah, but maybe it's the speed of how I talk sometimes. I don't know. But anyways, this New Yorker, he was saying like people from uh people from California, like they talk real slow. You notice like how they be like, hey, so I was thinking like they have 5 letters on like the last word or the first word.
Uh,
They do shit like that, and then then it cuts to somebody that's speaking. That shit was goofy. Somebody that's speaking that is from California. I know everybody from Cali don't speak like that, but the person that's speaking from California,
calm
they're
it
like,
down.
"Hey, yeah, I want some pizza." That shit was funny. And then there it cuts to another person that's like doing the LA, from LA. They're like, yeah, New Yorkers, they be talking like real quick, like they're like almost have no spaces in between the words. They're like, but sound like their ass is in a rush or something. I'm like, well, yeah, hey,
Yeah,
but
they talk like they don't know what a period is.
that's me. Maybe that, like I said, maybe that's why motherfuckers be like, damn, he just all his words, no spaces, no periods. This nigga just.
No commas, no spaces, no periods.
But then it's
Hey,
like, if sometimes I'm like, that's just how I be talking. Like sometimes I don't know, like I feel like it would be crazy for me to be on the phone talking to you like in kind of like a monotone Frankenstein type of tone. Like imagine I'm like, "Hey Fritz, so I was walking the dogs," and then you're like, "Yo, why does this guy sound like he
I'd be
just
like, what's wrong with you, dude?
dude stepped out of graveyard?"
Are you dead?
See what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm
Yeah,
like, talking like that seems crazy as fuck. Like, I'm just that's not really like, yeah. If I'm talking like that, maybe you need to ask, hey, how's it going, man? What did them dogs do to you? Why you always saying I was walking the dogs? Like you about to take them to execute them or something.
yeah. I was walking the dog, and all of a sudden I had to eat one.
Man, I was just trying to see what the whole hype was about with
Yeah,
the China buffet
yeah,
combo. So I
exactly,
was like,
exactly.
if the new China buffet got it, then let me see how I can chef it. Because if I could cook,
Yeah,
what? I don't even want to cook. Screw cooking. It's not convenient for me to cook right now. So let me just eat it raw.
exactly.
Then I'll download an app right quick to see if I can, get teleported to fix my problem. I don't know. Something that could just be of convenience to me. Um, but nah, like eh, back to the whole the 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 current time. I don't know. I feel like it's real. Like, yeah, I'm not saying that we completely lost touch with like expressing who we are and be like being alive and like trying to enjoy life. But I feel like it definitely did take a big grim ass turn in comparison to some of the moments you'll see in the early 2000s, 90s, 80s. Not to say that them times were all that peachy all the time, like how some videos show it to be. There's still some there's dark times in them times too, but it seemed at least like
Absolutely.
there was a bit more togetherness and there was you know more more like being who you are type. It's cool that we do have all these platforms to like really get out some of these ideas and like be able to
It
showcase
is.
that stuff.
It
But
is. That's why if you're gonna do something like a podcast, there's plenty of resources available to do it. You just gotta do the work. You can't. You
yeah, and
can't.
then
You can't just let. Well, it's not let, but you can't just. You can't put it all on one person to do.
yeah, the work
It's not.
shouldn't
It's
get
not
such
right.
a bad rap either. Like that's a turn off word sometimes. That's a turn off word as of now, and even back then too. Like motherfuckers just like sometimes they hear work and they're like, oh hell no. What it's like? What did you just say? Did you say I have to chop off my leg? You got me fucked. I ain't chopping off my leg for you want me to break my
Yeah.
back over here talking about some work. Yeah, fuck all that.
You know.
Let me get back on my phone and scroll real quick. Hold on. Let me see. Let me peep. Let me be a peeping Tom and see what other people got going on. And
Exactly.
yeah, I'm like, man, I be thinking like, what? How would your younger self look at you right now doing this shit we doing right now? Like, we on bullshit time, and I'm like, nigga, yes, you are on bullshit time, and we don't even got to put in that type of whole. What would my younger self like? Let's see it for what it is, man. Like, are we playing around with our time right now, knowing we could not saying we all gotta like try to build a damn empire of Rome or some shit, but at least trying to not get carried away with the shit, with the distractions and
Right.
whatnot.
Right.
Like it don't just gotta be, you don't gotta just be subjected to just sitting there and just overly doing it with the consuming shit. Like everybody could be everybody is their own boss at the end of the day. Even though you got a damn boss at work, that motherfucker ain't really your boss.
No.
That's just
Absolutely.
at the location you at. This motherfucker got that power in that pool, but that don't mean that he ain't any better than you. Y'all still maybe financially he's doing better or she's doing better than you, but that don't mean like that person's superior or you just because they got more fine. You know, you be hearing about how some rich people they feel fucking sad and miserable and all kinds of shit.
And they have things going on too in their lives that they, so feel like you got things going on too. So you're right.
Yeah, so like I don't like how sometimes we be trying to uh make these people in certain positions out to be something more special than they actually are just because they're getting more perks and rewards. Like some of those
Absolutely.
people, they get tied up in you know, you might want the rewards and the perks that they got, but are you willing to necessarily do what they had to do to get to where they had to get to? Like, cause that shit,
That's true.
it
That's
might
true.
look glamorous, like you might see him in a nice car and all this shit, but
That's right.
you don't know if this motherfucker barely even got any personal time like how you do, cause he's a little too caught up being like being in the position or she's being in the position that they're in. So it may look beautiful on the outside, but you don't know that motherfucker on the inside could be hurt for real. Like, damn,
That's true.
did I did I get too deep into something? Now I feel like I don't want to back
Mm-hmm.
out because it's helping me out.
That's true.
You know, that's why sometimes I'm like, hey, nigga, you better be grateful that you know you're at where you're at, and knowing that in along the ride of whatever it is you got going on, you're doing that. Let's say this shit do go somewhere with whatever the hell like I'm trying to pursue, or whatever anybody's trying to pursue. You might in the future, like once you get to that point of where you wanted to get to, wish you can go back in time and you might be like, damn, did I take some of that time I had when I was just this person and not really having too much responsibility? Like, did we take that time for granted?
Right.
It's always easy to look back and be like, damn, did I fuck up? Like, not enjoying myself more for what I was, even though it felt like I wasn't really much of, like, I wasn't at where I wanted to be at, you know? Uh, the little traps and whatnot, man. I feel like I'm happy growing up to where like I became aware to that at an early age and knowing how to not get too
Caught up in stuff.
yeah like too wrapped up in
Yeah.
the looking at things and only just or like glamorizing like I really saw seeing shit for what it is more so not trying to see like be blinded by the smokes and screens of shit.
Right.
Because I really could have been like some guppy dodo bird ass. I feel like it's easy for people to get caught up in the noise and the hoopla shit and like be attracted or horny to the wrong shit. You know what I mean? Like they want to fuck around and find out about like this, and that. Like
Mm-hmm.
somebody I know, like just got a like they just got a nice ass car, right?
Mm-hmm.
And this is a car like a lot of people like they're hyped up about. I think it was like one of them Hellcat, you know, type joints, the Dodge and shit. But it's like now with getting that thing that you wanted, like, can you keep up with some of the shit like that? That shit going, you know, it could make things a little more. Uh, you got the cool shit, but now there's difficult shit that comes along with getting that cool thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's why I'm like, man, let me not get hyped up within these damn those little trends and whatnot, and try to get blinded and be like, ooh, cause I really could have been like I think like designer clothes and shit, like, yeah, that shit's cool if you can afford it and whatnot. But if you can't afford it and you going out your way to get a goddamn $400 belt and you got other priorities and you know damn well you can't even really budget a $400 belt, the
Mm-hmm.
fuck you doing getting a $400 belt?
Correct.
You trying to impress people, make it seem like, you know, I mean, if that shit could get you some, you know, some action in the bedroom because you putting on that image like you got it, like you don't, and somebody took the bait and you know that's a corny way of trying to get some play now. I'd rather advertise straight up to somebody like, hey, I'm broke as shit. I ain't got a damn penny, a shekel, a damn nothing out the my wishing well is. My wishing well is not even dry. That bitch is just, it's not even existent. I ain't got no coin, no. I'm Mr. Slow Motion. I ain't trying to. I don't think advertising. That. Oh yeah, I got it like that. I'm. Sometimes that shit kind of like you setting yourself up to get. You setting yourself up to get in positions to where people might want to try to take advantage of what you bringing to the table.
Right.
So you might want to be careful trying to just advertise and market that shit like, yeah, like that's like a motherfucker running around with a damn lottery ticket, like, yeah, I'm balling. Nigga, I just got you putting a target on your ass. You
Yes,
making
sir.
yourself a target. You don't got to. And shit. Somebody might, all kinds of crazy shit could come with that. You trying to play around with all that, you know. But, I know it could get looked at like I'm not trying to be like, oh, I'm any special or any different. Sometimes I do look at that designer shit. I'm like, oh, that would be cool to afford that. If I had enough money to where I didn't have to scratch my head buying that shit, that would be cool. I would like to get in the financial spot to where I don't have to sit there and sweat. But then again, it's like I think we'll be even more better than just buying something of a high price for personal. Would be like just to maybe even find out how I can make my own motherfucking shit.
Right.
Not just only to turn profit, but even if it would be cool. Let's say if you made your own shoes, wouldn't that be cool? Even though you didn't even make a dime off them shits, just to say, "Hey, I made my own motherfucking shoes."
Exactly.
That's pretty badass. Even if them shoes kind of look busted and look like some Bobo 12, some Mickey Mouse hot diggity fours, like
Even
it's
if I had the heel was in the front part of the shoe. My shoe. Heel of my shoe. You know what I mean?
yeah. Nah, but what is? Hmm. By the way, I enjoyed like the first time making music like with somebody else, like actually like work like using their equipment. I thought it was amazing that me and you were like working in the process how we were working, like recording it on cassette.
Uh,
I thought that was beyond cool. Like it seemed a lot more just interesting, like just I like then later on in life I recorded on like a computer or whatnot. And but the process it seemed more like we were really trying to, even though like it was on a platform where a lot of people be like, what the hell, like did this motherfucker just try to advertise, he tried to promo a damn cassette to me. Like I just think like one day in the future, if somehow I could find a way to get my shit on a cassette tape, I would do that shit just for the sake of it. That'd be cool. Like
right.
I wouldn't even mind if back in Florida when I get back there, like if we do that shit again,
Mm-hmm.
have him like even knowing like shit. From the time I first recorded with you to now, I can make music a lot more easier.
Gotcha. Yeah. The technology has changed, so
Yeah, I'm still trying to adjust with all the damn science behind that shit. It's just like
yeah.
I learned how to pull some shit off, but I'm not gonna sit here and act like I'm a grand technology wizard.
I understand.
It is interesting though, like for the
Yeah.
people that do know how to pull that shit off, like hats
Yeah.
off, because
Some people know how to do it. I don't. To be honest with you, I don't know how to do it.
and trying to learn that shit ain't no joke for real. Like I try to get in the
No.
process, and still to this day, like I do little tutorials here and there. That shit is like you got to be real dialed in, locked in, like focused on what the hell is taking place. Because the smallest little edit with music, it could really fuck up that little small part. Could fuck up your track.
Mm-hmm.
Now sometimes it is beautiful when some people can flip a fuck up on a song and make it into something like turn it into something to where it actually added more character to the track. Then if you could do that shit, hats off. I remember one time I kind of had a moment like that where I was recording and I'm on this app, uh, and a train passed by and just went, "Whoa." And I was like, you know what? That loud ass train horn is now recorded in the middle of my verse, and it pretty much took over the damn volume because my voice, in comparison to a train horn, was like an ant trying to scream compared to Godzilla, trying to like, yeah. I was like, man, I was like,
Oh
you know
man.
what? I'm gonna use this train horn to my advantage, and I got it in one of my songs to where it sounds like there was a pause in the beat, so I just put on the pause in the beat. I edited the train horn to where
Yeah.
I just like grabbed that sound and put it where the pause was in the beat, and just continue. Like it was like it. It sounds a little off, but it kind of worked with the song.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was like an interruption that just added more like of a seasoning on top of the track.
Uh-huh.
You know, but with how like everything is like going with just like, I guess this might sound like a vague ass question, with how everything's going in life, do you sometimes feel like you got to find like hope for for it? Damn, this question sounds more choppier than a
Go ahead. Go ahead.
so with how things are seeming as of now, or like how it looks like it's going to play out in the future, do you feel like hope is kind of somewhere in the bottom of a bottle, or like you feel like you really have to like scrape up hope or for like the future, how the future could play out?
I feel like I mean that it's on its way. It's going to get better.
Yeah,
That's what I feel.
yeah.
That's
All
going
right,
to get
so
better.
I feel like I could have framed this question or said this question a lot more simpler way. I was gonna say pretty much it's like, do you feel like hope can be grim at times, or like skim, or barely even there or existent?
I think the challenges toward hope can be grim.
Yeah, yeah,
If you know, if you let them, if you let the challenges that happens in life, it could appear grim, or it could be grim, but you just got to keep on going with it, with the hope. You got to keep going. You got to struggle through that. You got to climb them rocks.
yeah,
You know, so don't ever think that it may look grim. That's part of the struggle. That's part of the journey, as you said before. It's part of the journey.
yeah. You
You
know,
know.
like that kind of remind me of the roll with the punches. And hey, even if you're scared or down in the dumps, don't let it like stop you in your tracks.
Exactly, and you have to also, think from perspective. There's people that's worse off than what I'm doing, worse off than where I am, and they're still hanging in there. There's no reason why for me not to hang in there. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? Get it done. Get it done. You know, and it'll happen. The hope ain't gonna just come in. And people don't like to hear this, but hope ain't gonna just come and knock on the door and say, "Okay, here I am." Hope wants you to put some effort into the thing too.
there's a two-way street with it.
It absolutely is. You know,
Yeah,
So unless you got it that way, the hope, unless you got it that way, you probably come from a family that's got that like that. And but that's not hope. That's passing on somebody else's inheritance. But
as a kid, do you wish that you had like your family was more better off, to where you had like you had that lavish life, or that like
no,
a life full of
no,
riches as a
no,
kid? As a kid,
no, no. what made me the person I am now.
Yeah, but I'm saying like as a kid, did that ever cross your mind where you're like,
yeah, it crossed my mind. I wish we had more.
yeah,
Always, wish we had more. But in looking at it then, yes, but looking at it now, and thinking where I came from and where I am and what's going on, hey,
it was a blessing in disguise, or it was just
exactly. Couldn't have been in a better way.
yeah,
I wouldn't change a thing if I had to go back and do it all over again.
yeah. I think if I were to go back, the only thing I would I try to just like maybe enjoy those moments more, knowing like, you know, not saying I took all of them for granted now, but uh, enjoy and maybe see a little bit more for what it was than like kind of just like being in that kid twilight zone, pretty much just like taking that time for us like a given, and then looking back or like sometimes being like rubbed off the wrong way about silly shit back then. I'm like, you should have just like let that shit die off quick about being feeling some type of way about some dumb shit that but it took those times. It took like those multiple to get to the point where we're at. We're like, okay, like yeah, it molds us into what we become, or it could sometimes mold you in the wrong way. You could come out the end of that tunnel like just really being like a piece of shit, or you could evolve with it and see it for what it was, and like been like, you know what, okay, you know, as much as maybe I didn't like how certain things could have went down, it wasn't as it didn't. There was also there was beauty in some of those moments that also had some pain or maybe some struggle in it. And if it wasn't for some of them struggles, like really been, it could have really, if it was just like we had some silver spoon type of lifestyle, we could have really grew up to been a scumbag, or maybe we could have been grown up to like where we even were more richer or whatnot. But still, like I feel like it's good to have that struggle, to go through that experience, to learn how to manage, how to be, how to, you know, how to pass on some information that somebody else needs to hear. Like,
dude, hold on a minute. Dude, I had to scratch my eyeballs out.
yeah.
I had to scratch my eyeballs out when I saw.
What'd you see?
I was good. I was headed to one of the bathrooms, and I opened the door. Somebody was in there on the toilet, taking a crap.
Oh man.
So we got headphones on, so I didn't hear the blood going. And so I opened the door, so they just came right there. They told me I had to scratch my eyes out when I saw. So
man, you had your eyeballs on your finger like a olive on a toothpick.
yeah,
You're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Let me dust off these real quick. Let me put them back in. Over here playing skee ball to throw your eyeballs back in. You're like, wait a minute. That's funny you say that. This guy pulled up into us. I did not close this stall, but I went to go do a drive-by piss in the stall and didn't even close the door. I was like, I could have just pissed in one of the stalls, but it was one of them urgent pisses, and the first thing I saw that was close to me was just one of them little, them little office spaces with the damn toilet seat chair. I'm like, I'm about to go piss in that toilet seat chair on shit on site. So I just whoop whoop. Didn't even care about closing the door. I thought the bathroom scene was the scene. Like I didn't hear anybody. I didn't see anybody. But the person behind me come up into the same exact stall and like, oh my bad, bro. And I'm over here using my shoulder to like push that damn. I'm like, hey, almost pissing on the walls of that motherfucker. It was one of them little skinny stall joints too.
yeah.
It wasn't one of them like them little double, triple wide trailer size stalls. Man, that shit was funny though. I was like, the guy was like, "Oh man, my bad, bro." Blah, blah. I'm like, "It's all good, man. It's no big shit. As long as you ain't over there trying to like catch a peak or some shit, then we good, bro. Keep it moving.
Yep.
Nah, but man, the other day, tell me how my damn uh, my damn dog, man, he got me feeling like a bit in the dumps. Like he 12 years old. Like, hold on. Before I get on, keep carry on with that whole my dog stuff. How old is you? You still got the same cat from way back?
Yeah.
How old is
No,
your cat?
one of them died,
Yeah, man.
and I had at one time five cats,
Mm.
and the oldest one, no, not the oldest one, the one that was the oldest, she died probably a few years ago. But she lived a long time, like 18, 19 years.
What?
Yes, sir.
Quit playing. You told me she could have she could have bought her own place. She could have got a
Yep.
car. She could have had a
Yep.
license.
Yep.
Boy, that was a grown cat.
She was.
Man, now that's beautiful, bro. That's beautiful. But at the same time, man, pet death is sad, bro. And you grew up with that. You had that cat the whole 19.
Yeah. I got
Man,
her when she was a kid.
you want to know something wild? Guess what? I was
What's that?
talking with my pops earlier. This man tell me because I heard that this man had a spider monkey a long time ago, and I thought the story was bullshit. I was like, "What in the Michael Jackson with the zoo?" I said,
Yeah.
"Hold on." I talked to her. I said, "Hey," uh, I told him like, "Hey, I heard like back then this was before I was even born." I was like, "I heard you had a monkey." I was like, how was having a monkey?" He's like, "Yeah, it was a spider monkey." He said he told me he's like, I was like, what did you call it? He's like, his name was Loki. But he's like, yeah, like I was asking, like, how's that whole process of having a monkey? He's like, he told me, he's like, yeah, you got like they're kind of like babies. You gotta, they're in Pampers.
Uh-huh.
They you feed them with bottles. Uh, he's like, I had it when I was like a kid though, not like a grown up.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, so one of my other family members, they had it, and eventually we got one off of them. And he was telling me about. I was like, so with he was telling me like, hey, you gotta be careful because they could get aggressive, and so you gotta be. You can't just be on a whole lot of like wild aggressive energy because you could hype them up if they feel like they're being violated or they're in like a threatening type of situation. They
Right.
will. He's like, they're not super tall now. They're like maybe a foot or two big, and but he was like, they're strong now. Don't think that just because they're little, like they ain't got no power on them. He was telling me that he's like, there was this one point in time where like I was over here like he said he tried to like he tried to feed it or he tried to pet it. He's like, it was in the cage, and he said this his pet Loki, the spider monkey, had grabbed his finger. And I was like, that's not like he said he had to pretty much like wrestle for that back. And I said, man, that sounds like some tug of war type. You trying to make sure you get your finger back before this monkey try to take it and turn it into a toy or a little snack.
Turn to a sausage.
He like, yo, I just got me a little chicken wing. I got me one of them. What's those, you could get them at a Chinese buffet. It's like a stick, not like a shish kebab, kind of like a shish kebab, but it's like a
Oh, you mean a chopstick? Wasn't it chopstick?
yeah, it's like a long chopstick, and they put
Yeah.
like a piece of meat through it,
Yeah, on the end.
and it's like a slab of meat. It's not just like a whole bunch of
Uh,
little chopped up bits. What's that called?
like a shish kebab type of thing.
Yeah, it's kind of like a shish kebab, but it's a whole slab of meat. They put the chopstick or the stick through.
Really? Uh,
Yeah, but pretty much I'm thinking that could have been his damn finger, just like that damn food. Um,
yeah, really.
but with your cat, how's your your cat that you have right now? And is that's the same cat that I met back like 6, 7 years
No,
ago?
maybe one of them. Cause we still got one of them that's still kind of old. She been around a long time, and
How young
but
we talking? How young we talking?
she probably 16 years old, 17.
Okay.
Yeah, she's up there.
Hey, that's a damn feat
So
right
she
there, like
probably was here.
accomplishment in
Yeah,
itself.
yeah, she probably was here when you came by. But she had some babies, so I don't know if you know her babies.
Mm,
She snuck out and got pregnant.
yeah, yeah. I don't think I was around there for that time, but hey,
Yeah, yeah, she's been around there.
where's the baby daddy at? Or was it one of your
That's
other cats?
that's a good question. In the neighborhood, I guess.
Oh yeah, yeah. Them street cats mean business, bro. Like, and the way
Yeah,
they
they
be
do.
making love, it be sound like somebody's
Good
getting.
night.
Way they be
Yeah,
making love sound like somebody's getting killed in a horror movie, man. Like,
yeah,
ah!
yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
this is
yeah,
that's some
yeah,
that's some crazy
yeah.
sex right there. I'm like, man, cats, they probably like them humans don't know how to do it like how we do it, baby.
Damn, like spikes on the
Yeah, I
end.
heard that shit sound nuts, man. They over here doing some warehouse worker power tools ass type of sex moves that
Yeah, they got spikes on their penis or something like that, or something.
they're like, hold on,
Something.
honey, I need to jackhammer you real quick with this damn drill bit that goes in a
Yeah, yeah.
spiral slide. You know, like what the fuck?
Peel out this diamond. Wow.
So you got how much cats with the babies? Did you end up like?
I got two.
Mm,
No, no, see. Yeah, I got no one. Yeah, one baby left. One of our babies, the two of them died before
mm,
she did.
mm,
No,
damn,
she's
bro.
still around.
Oh, yeah, man. Man, it be making me sad though. With like, I imagine that. How do you feel about like knowing your pets getting to that? Like, I'm looking at my dog and I'm like, damn,
Yeah,
he's doing certain things that are kind of like behaviors of dogs, or behaviors a dog would show before they're about to go, and it kind of
yeah,
wigs me out a little bit.
yeah. It'll wake you up more when they pass away. You know.
Yeah, I already dealt with one passing away not too long ago. It's not like the first. Like I never. That was the first time I seen a dog pass away. Like I wake up to the dog not being there no more, and bro, like I went to go touch it because I knew the dog was sick, and we just like put money up to try to get it got a surgery, and they said, hey, it's only got X amount. It's like with the surgery, this is Bob. They gave us the estimate how long that she could live for afterwards, and I'm like, man, like that conversation right there, I felt like should I have like just called it a day right then and there when they're like, hey, we can put the animal down or we can try to give it a surgery and try to flip it out of a
Yeah,
situation. I'm like,
yeah,
should I have just already, let her, because when they did that surgery, it's like, yeah, she was a bit better, but she was still kind of suffering. I'm like,
yeah,
going through the motions, and she made it past the expected time that they said, but it was still like waking up to
yeah,
touching her, trying to like, you know how some dogs that can be asleep, older dogs or pets, they can be asleep. You might have to like kind of snap them, wake them up a little,
yeah.
because they sleep a little more deeper as those time at that age.
They do.
So, like sometimes even with the dog I got right now, him being 12, like sometimes I gotta wake him up and go take him out for like a walk or whatever. But this man be in Slumber City, I get jealous. I'm like, damn, this man, he's beating me in the sleep game for real. This man got it on lock. I'm sometimes sleeping 4 or 5 hours, 3. Other day I slept for a new low record, a high low record of 2 hours. I was like, bruh,
Oh, wow.
yeah, I'm like, this shit getting out of hand, bro. I gotta, but the it was just like it was a sad morning in the
Mm-hmm.
middle of a road trip to wake up
Mm-hmm.
to see that like the pet. that we had, we've been around for so long, it's just not there. No, it's like damn. But I'm just like also feeling bad for like what this dog had to go through, and like man,
Yeah, yeah.
it kind of made me
We
want to
had
like
we
be
had this situation too with one of these cats, because cats they develop kidney issues when they get real old, and they told us there's nothing we can do for her. So we made which was weird. We made a schedule for her and put her to sleep. And that was pretty rough.
yeah.
You know, that's very wow.
Do it
Make
do it
kids
make you
go.
want to just not really how like when that happens? Does it make you want to like take a break on even trying to get another pet anytime soon, or how do you
Yeah, it
feel?
does. Yeah, it does.
It's like man, I feel like I'm kind of I
You
don't
don't
want to
want to go
just get
through
a
that.
rebound pet.
Yeah. You don't want to go through that trauma. That that happens. When you have an animal like that and you lose it. You just kind of like say, I don't want no more animals. So I don't have to go through this again. You know.
Yeah. Do you
Anyway.
uh between all uh between all the like cartoons that you grew up on, not saying that, did you even really watch much of like TV growing up, or was it
Oh
more like
yeah. Oh yeah.
so all right cartoons like I noticed out of Popeye.
Popeye was one of my favorite ones.
I love watching it. Like I feel like when like you're younger and you watch something and then you watch it again when you're older, and it's like you're seeing something with new eyes and you like understand it more than you did when you was just a little kid. Like kind
Yeah.
of just looking at like, oh, that's kind of funny. I feel like there's some things I noticed even within Popeye, like how the black guy on Popeye was wild, bro. I think his name is like Bluto.
Brutus, yeah, bro, yeah,
And they made
Pluto.
this guy's lips look crazy. Not trying to say like I'm outraged by how like they racially stereotype black people, but that shit was just like that shit was ridiculous. Like, I was like, bro, what the fuck? I did not expect that character to be on Popeye because I don't remember Popeye that much as a kid. Sometimes maybe
Oh
seeing it
yeah.
once in a blue moon.
Oh okay. Yeah, one of my major cartoons.
What? All right, between like
Wimpy say, I'll pay you back on Tuesday. I'll gladly pay you back on Tuesday. Give me a hamburger. He was a hamburger freak.
who
Wimpy. Wimpy.
is? Oh, you said Wimpy.
Yeah, he was on Popeye.
Okay, I almost thought you
Wimpy.
said some other character for a minute. My bad.
No, Wimpy. If you ever look at it and you see him, you'll say, I'll gladly pay you back on Tuesday. It became a thing.
So out of all those characters, did Wimpy kind of look like Popeye, but he was like
No,
shorter?
no, no. No, he was wearing a hat. He kind of round, short thing.
Okay, yeah, I remember. I remember him being short, and I think he kind of looked like a offbeat version
Yeah.
of Popeye with like the cap, but like more like if Popeye got hit with a hammer a bit. Popeye was just a little more mischievous. Um, now that villain in that show was on some other shit, bro. Trying to always, I feel like that villain, the villain of the Popeye show, is the original Bowser.
Uh-huh.
How Bowser always be trying to take Mario's bitch Peach.
Yeah.
I feel like that was what's the villains the guy that always try to like take damn Olive away from Popeye, and Popeye had to go find Popeye had to go find where the fuck his lady was at, and then you see is this dude always in the mix like ha ha ha. I'm like, damn, I know Popeye is fed up with this motherfucker. I'm surprised. It felt like one of those never ending moments, like how Tom and Jerry always be after each other type ass cycle. It
Yeah.
was just like,
Yeah.
God,
Road running
yeah,
coyote.
man, I want to get into Road Runners. Like, I want to get into more of the them old school cartoons, like
Mm-hmm.
I still keep up with the current day sometimes here and there, but then oftentimes I feel like I barely even find time to sit down and really enjoy a show with a lot of the damn little the ideas I'm trying to work on or get done or just spending time with loved ones and shit.
Right.
Rather be phone call or in person, what in life and shit, work, whatever. Um, that fun adult shit we all love doing, which is like taking care of the house and running to the store, all that theme park excitement. Like, yeah, I'm about to go spend 3 hours in a doctor's appointment.
Right.
Man, I went to the doctor's the other day, or when I went to the dentist the other day after they over here hit me with some damn big ass price, trying to make it seem like we were just asking you to make a small little purchase of $5. I don't know why you trying to make it seem like we said you got to pay $1 million. It's only really 10,000. Okay, come on, you can afford
Yeah.
10,000. You're like, bruh,
Yeah. Right.
like, how much you think I make an hour? Like 50,000 or something? You think I'm really balling like that, bro? The numbers you just said. I won't even see that on tax return. You crazy?
You got that right.
They're like, come on, pay us, pay us. We want 4 installments of tax return type payments just to take care of your teeth. I know it's like a car payment, but come on. Don't you love your teeth? We know you want to have nice teeth. Come on, come on. I'm like, nah. Just give me them dull butter knives made out of the cheapest wood you could find, and just I'll
You got
edge
that
up the
right.
teeth myself. Don't even worry about it. Just tell me how to do it, and but what's it called? On that cartoon note though, like uh, I really started getting into this was a while ago. I was watching it, but I was really for a minute there. I was watching the Flintstones. Man, that shit is funny. I feel like
That's
Flintstones is the
that,
original Family
that
Guy.
was reasonable. I was reasonable with the Flintstone.
Man, Fred is fucked up to what's his friend Barney.
Fred, Barney, Wilma, and Betty.
Man, Fred is on some bullshit to Barney. Oftentimes, I'm like, yo, Fred is the original Peter Griffin.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, man, Barney be. It seems like Barney be. Sometimes Barney be on some kind of funny ass shit too, but Fred, it seems like he always trying to angle this motherfucker a certain type of way. I remember there was an episode with them. I don't know if you remember this one, Fritz, but I'm about to take you down nostalgic lane. There was an episode where Barney was trying to make a pool, right?
Uh-huh.
And Fred was trying to do some bullshit where he was trying to pretty much find a way to take his pool without Barney really knowing he's trying to own it and run his pool.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, how about this will be my half of the pool and you can have that half of the pool, Barney. But there's going to be some times where I'm using the pool and, I might be quoting the episode wrong, but there was something along those lines. This motherfucker was just trying to take what Barney was making and trying to make Barney do majority of the work too. I'm like, damn.
That was Fred.
Or the time Fred thought Wilma was cheating on him with Barney, or he found out
Mm-hmm.
he had some guy, pretty much like a detective, go and like spy on his wife, and he
Yeah.
found Barney. The guy pretty much drew on a rock of Barney and Wilma talking.
Yeah. That's how you used to communicate on a rock,
that
on a slab of stone.
that shit was hilarious, bro. I'm like, man, these cartoons right here, I miss that the risk that they were taking when it came to like the humor element of it. Knowing
Mm-hmm.
that, yeah, maybe it could piss off some people, but even the people that it does piss off, like I can see if the show's just being blatantly foul, but if it's something like they're like just poking a bit of fun at, and it's not in a real like super foul sense, like it's like you know, shit. Sometimes like let somebody like have a joke that can rock. Not saying, oh yeah, just let a person come out of pocket and say some real ugly ass shit. Not saying that,
Uh-huh.
but
Uh-huh.
some jokes and stuff. I'm like, come on, man. I could see if it was they 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 really you can spot that they were just like it seemed like the person had more deeper intentions behind it just being a joke.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, then it's like okay, yeah, that is fucked up. That's not even like, but I'm like, damn, I don't feel like we have to sit there and riot about every single thing that's a bit fucked up. But out of those shows, what do you feel like with like the Flintstones, Popeye, Roadrunner,
Classic.
Looney Tunes? Like what?
Classic, dude.
Yeah, like what's a Spy versus Spy? Did you watch that or not really?
No.
I don't know. Spy versus Spy. I don't know what time frame.
Oh
I feel
yeah.
like it's a little bit older.
Was it where they had the black spy and the white spy?
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
that show you got.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I know there's like a whole bunch of other older shows that I'm probably like missing over right now, but
Well, there was Bugs Bunny and Tom and Jerry and Flintstone,
the Jetsons.
Popeye, and Jetsons, Johnny Quest, Magilla Gorilla, what was that one? The Scooby Doo, Scooby Doo, where are you? You know,
Yeah.
and then there was what was that one with Jan and Chase, and they used to Shazam. Yeah, that's what it was.
Mm,
That's an old one there. But it had a genie. Genie used to come to help save, and they had a flying camel.
a flying
Yeah,
candle.
camel, a
Can
flying
Oh, okay,
camel.
flying camel. My bad.
They had a flying camel, and so, but they had this ring they used to put together, and the genie would come and help. Uh, and those are the older ones. And they had Mighty Mouse, Adam Ant, uh, Snuffy. There was one called Snuffy, Little Alfred.
Snuffy. Snuffy sound
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah. Snuffy was like a real country hillbilly kind of cartoon.
So
There was a lot of good cartoons for me. And then they had the ones you ever seen the ones where they have uh it's not a cartoonish thing, it's like I don't know how to describe it. It was oh man. But it had the action, they had to actually move the figures, make the figures move. And it was slow filming to make that kind of stuff move happen. They have to move the figures, but that's real old.
man, if you find what you're talking about, send that my way, man.
Yeah, I
Like I
will.
said,
I
I'm trying to
will.
dig down that vault of like I watched the movie.
I'll get the name. I'll get the actual name of it.
Okay.
Find out.
I was watching this
Yeah.
movie. It was like a black and white movie, and I find that those type of movies to be like those. It was like a serious action movie. This guy was like a detective, but like
Mm-hmm.
I feel like even though the movie's black and white, I'm not trying to let that like uh, stray me away from trying to sit there and see the movie for what it was. Actually see you know
Mm-hmm.
watch the shit and not just sit there and bitch about I don't like that the color's not like fuck all that. But
Right.
the movie I liked it, man. I was like, oh shit, this like it's not like obviously in comparison to the standards of now, like it's not like maybe as like wow and like high definition and all that glamorous, but I feel like the storyline behind like the story and the movie of it, I forgot. I wish I knew the fucking movie's name so I could but yeah, even those like all the movies, I feel like there should be like a day or two out the week, maybe even on Sundays. We just like throwback, like take it back Sundays with what we're consuming. Like watch something from like the vault, like
Mm-hmm.
or even like some music
Space
shit. Like
Ghost.
listen to some
Space Ghost
shit
was
from
another.
huh
Space Ghost was another one.
Space Go. Okay, yeah, I've heard
Yeah.
that from. I believe I think I heard that
Uh-huh.
shit from my dad.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But out of all those, do you feel like it was more like you had a favorite bunch of cartoons rather than just having like a main one where you're like out of all
I
of the
did.
ones.
All those ones to me were good because just like them all. I like all of those. I liked all of those, but there were some favorites like Johnny Quest. I like that, and I used to watch the Flintstones every day. Come out, came home from school.
Oh
So
man,
that was one of that was one of the
Flintstones definitely one of them like classic. Like I'm like, man,
yeah
Popeye
yeah.
2, all those ones that you named. Like I don't know
You ever
all
watch
the
the monster? You
huh?
ever watch the monsters
Yeah,
and
the real
Adam
monsters.
Adam Family and monsters with
Man,
Herman and Lily and Eddie and Grandpa and Marilyn.
yeah, man, I had that shit on DVD, but I ended up losing it in the like 50 million moves out on there.
Yeah yeah
I'm like,
yeah.
man, where the fuck is my shit? I be getting sometimes
Yeah
tight, like, god damn, bro, I can't even find my man. That's my little treasure right there, man.
yeah.
Yeah, but it's cool that you know it's nice to be able to still obtain like like those items from back then and still like I'm glad that those items didn't just go extinct to where like you can't really.
Right right.
I get scared that sometimes it might get to that point where it's like certain things it's like yeah that shit you can't good luck trying to get that shit is done. It is no more like you gotta go through the dark web trying to fuck around and get something like that. But
Yeah, it's still out there. Yeah, it's still out there. You know, you
yeah,
just gotta.
it's still alive, man. It's just like
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
it
just
depends
gotta.
on who you talk to and who you like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it depends on who you dealing with. Like, but yeah, man, there's a lot. I don't like how some young motherfuckers be trying to make it seem like anything that wasn't in their time frame is some like lame shit, or some corny shit. I'm like, boy,
Right.
man, get the fuck on with that bullshit.
Yeah,
Not saying that's everybody now.
that's true.
Yo, shit. Even the what's that camera called where you like flick the image? A Polaroid. You get like the
Uh huh.
picture come out, and then you have to like
Uh
shake the
huh.
picture. Like
Yeah.
I know now it feels like it's so like shit being so easy. It's just like I said, it just kind of loses its wow effect or wow factor.
But the thing about it though is that the kids nowadays don't appreciate where this technology came from to even appreciate the technology that they got.
Yeah, that's true. Man, I be knowing. I'm like, man, this device is that I'm the phone like this shit. It's some advanced ass shit, but sometimes like I don't like
Mm-hmm.
how sometimes sometimes certain things seem a little like they overly do some of the complexities of it. Where I'm like,
Right.
man, I don't know even everything about the damn phone that I've been using for the past few years
Correct.
because it's got a whole
Correct.
bunch of other. Like I just found out last year about how the damn iPhone got a measuring app where it
Yeah.
pretty much
It does.
you could dot one point and then
Uh
dot it
huh.
to another and
Yeah.
it'll already do the height
Yeah.
for you.
It'll tell you how wide or how tall or whatever. Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I'm like, I just found that shit out a year ago, and I've been with iPhone
Yeah.
for almost more than a president's term. I'm like, damn,
Yeah.
nigga, you gotta go
Yeah.
explore you gotta take your iPhone on some dates more and get to know this bitch.
That's true.
Siri got some shit to tell you, but your ass is just like, I'm gonna keep rotating around the shit that I fuck with, like, rather it be messages or calls and you know, man, hopefully, you know, it don't get too like I don't know, the shit with too much like they're overdoing it. Like it could come in handy. Like the phone is like a cool ass tool, but like
Mm-hmm.
no, I still maybe I got not even maybe I got that old school soul to where I'm like nothing beats like any video, movie, or whatever anything that I can watch on content. It don't beat the real shit.
Yeah.
It don't like this conversation right here. Like this shit is more valuable than any fucking video I seen in probably ever.
Yes, sir.
This shit's gonna have way more meaning than like then oh yeah, like yeah, this video made me chuckle. Like not to say that saying oh just diss the shit entirely, but in comparison to importance, it's like this we shouldn't make the shit that really isn't like trying to tell us that it's important be what's important in comparison to the real shit. Rather be keeping in touch, having these what makes us human. Like let's not get to a robotic point where we're so desensitized, like to where it's like we can't have no damn compassion, empathy. Not to say, just overly be on those tips because you show too much damn compassion and empathy, and you're not smart about how to handle and maneuver that shit. Yo, your ass could really be taken advantage of and be,
That's true.
that shit could be used against you now.
Yeah. But you gotta have that respect for the older stuff.
Yeah, hell
You
yeah.
know. You know.
Like you said, it's like the originator. So how could you?
Exactly.
You better like that's the starting point. How you gonna disrespect the starting point just because we're steps ahead? Like
Yes, sir.
that don't make no sense. But
Hey, John,
I don't. I'm not.
go get me something to eat, dude.
All right, all right. Hey man, it's been beautiful talking with you.
It's, as always, I love talking to you, dude. I'm going here and get my bite to you.
I know we done damn spoke for like a damn what an Avatar movie length. Hey,
Yeah,
them
we
be the
do.
best conversations though, man. Hey, I wouldn't change. I wouldn't change the time. I wouldn't be like, oh nah, I wish I only had a 5 minute conversation with him.
Yeah.
I enjoyed every minute, man.
Let's do it again soon, okay?
Hell yeah.
All right.
Hey, you know what, Fritz?
Be safe. Yes, sir.
This could go on and be a damn podcast episode if we wanted to be.
It could have been. It could have been. You're right.
Nah, but hey, I was thinking since I was like, you know what? I ended up just saying fuck it and just record it, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna talk with you about it, and if you don't like it, I could just delete the shit, and
Hey, I have no objection to what you want to do.
yeah, because I feel like this conversation it could really be one of those.
But when I say it again. Anybody, even the people that say it about.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
hell yeah. These are one of them one-on-ones, but hey, I'm gonna shut up so you can get that fuel in your body. My ass soon got to do the same thing and get my little ones down, whatnot.
All right.
All right, hey man. Till next time.
All right, boss. You take it easy, man.
All right, you too.
Love
Love
you,
you.
man. You take it easy, okay?
All right, I'll try not to get too angry about dumb shit.
Yeah, don't sweat the small stuff, man. I'm gonna tell you something else. One minute, let you go. Don't never let nobody control your anger or your feelings. You control that. Because once they control it, they got you. They'll click you off every time. It'll just happen that way. They'll click you off every time. They say, got it. Let it go. That's why I walk away from some things sometimes. That make people more mad than anything in the world. Especially when the wife starts blah 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 blah. I just walk away.
Yeah.
You have to sometimes, suck it up and just walk away.
Yeah.
Don't let the small stuff sweat you, dude. Make bigger
Sometimes.
things in your life, come about. Don't let people try to take advantage of you.
No.
You know what I mean?
No. Thank you for that because hey,
You know what I
even
mean?
though like that is something that's known, it's always good to hear that reminder because sometimes you could you know you might end up be kind of not 100% on like with letting that be the make sure like to not get carried away and like stray away from that, and you might like let your guard down a little bit, and
bust a person bubble. If somebody says you talk too much. You say what? This what you say. Yeah, I do. I know that.
yeah,
And keep on going.
that's
Yeah, I
true.
do. I do.
I
Kind of bust their bubble because they want to have a long discussion about, well, why you think I talk to my blah, blah, blah. You talk. Yeah, I do. I know it.
yeah. Hey man, it be feeling like
Yeah, I know my job. Yeah, I know. I'm not well. Yeah, I know it. Okay. What's your point? Yeah, anyway, let me go.
okay. All right.
Go do your thing, man.
All right. Love you.
Take care, brother. Love you, man. All right, later.
Bye. Yeah, I be saying some shit like it be feeling as if Oh no, 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 no. Um, no, I be saying some shit where it's like, no matter if it's like Jesus or in Santa Claus or somebody that's like important to you, like what my brother was saying, like you don't let somebody pretty much control, you know, and even and eat like I was saying, don't even let if it's like a Santa or Jesus or somebody that's close to you to add on to what he was saying. Pretty much be so close to you to where you let their opinion of you kind of mold you out of or play you out of something that you're like, you know what? I don't try to adjust certain shit if you know like that's how you wanted to be. But that's who you that's how you are, you know. Not saying if you just on some bullshit and like, you know, somebody's trying. Obviously, like you gotta check yourself too and not get too arrogant or carried away. But more so of like don't let somebody you're trying to impress or uh you know, somebody that's close to your life, rather it be family or close friend, hold that power to where they almost tell you how to be or how to do. If you know how you're being or how you're doing is what you wanna how you wanna do it or how you wanna be. So I know that sounds like a goofy ass tongue twister. But I think you get what the hell I'm getting at. Till next time. Till next time. Man, I wish I could just delete that corny shit I just did, but I'm gonna leave it in. Fuck it. Yeah. Salute. Hey, be you, do you, yeah, yeah.